Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to Friday Live, and we're going to be discussing this weird thing that people have been seeing about Helium Mobile. Um, Before I get into that, if you guys could do me a solid, smashing the like button truly helps out the channel, especially when I am live for other people to discover the live stream and get some info. So do me that solid. Click that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss when I go live or when I upload a video for you guys. But yeah, we are going to kick the tires and light the fires here in just a second. So as you're coming in, feel free to say hi, hello. Let me know how you guys are doing today. This awesome Friday, first Friday of 2025. So awesome. And then, if you're interested in Helium Mobile, you'd like to take advantage of the promo that I have posted in the chat for you guys. The link brings you guys to downloading the Helium Mobile app on your Android device. If you're on iOS, just download it from the App Store. When signing up, use my promo code. That will get you guys your first month for free. You guys can scan the QR code here, as well as the one in the upper left corner that will be throughout the duration of the podcast. And also, if you guys want to grab one of my shirts, you guys could do so. Represent Team Nexus, Team Pixel, Google phones. They're awesome. But yeah, wear it with pride. Grab one of your shirts today. And on that note, yeah, let's go ahead and get in here. So what's up, everybody? What's going on? My beanie's like all weirded out. Anyways, how you guys doing today? So a little bit of a discussion that's kind of going on, and I saw the discussion just kind of like get really weirded out in the whole Reddit platform. There's so much speculations exactly of what's going on when it comes to this thing here. Free is the magic number, and it's supposed to be coming in early 2025, according to the site. There is a wait list for it, and so people kind of like are guesstimating what this plan is going to be. If this plan is, if it's a free plan, is that what's what's happening? Because and I'll just actually pull up the site itself so you guys can see. But let's share it. Anyways, yeah, so this is a website. I'll put the link. Let's see if this works out. Someone let me know if this actually works. I mean, it's somebody else's waitlist link. And really what it's for with the referral is that if they refer people to put in their email address on the wait list, it moves them up higher in the list. And yeah, so one of the things that people are mentioning is that it's a free plan. Some people think that it's a plan where, you do mapping 24/7 with your phone line, and that's what makes it free. Yeah, so I'm trying to get people's thoughts, what they think about it, how they feel about it. A free plan where your device is always consistently mapping. I mean, this is a little bit weird for me because on Helium Mobile, you already can make your phone plan free. Majority of the people who turn on mapping on their current Helium plan literally get rewarded daily, and those rewards accumulate up, and before the end of your bill cycle you should have enough rewards accumulated to pay your next month's bill. So since a lot of people are doing the mapping, which I explained in the last live stream I did, that this is all centered around Helium wanting to know where Helium Mobile customers congregate and go to. So then that way, that area that they are going to, that they can see, if there's not any of the Helium hotspots deployed there, they could incentivize the area of getting somebody to want to get the Helium hotspot, outdoor one or indoor one, and deploy it there and earn. That's one of the things, is that if you get one of their hotspots, the indoor outdoor, you can earn crypto off of that for every line that's connected to it and is offloading data usage. You get an incentive for that happening. This is how the Helium network is built out, and that's the whole entire point of the Helium network. A decentralized, physical infrastructure, DPIN. That's what they're really pushing for, and so that's how the mapping works with Helium Mobile. Like I stated, it's anonymous, right? So they don't see you as a person and where you're going. Everything is anonymous to their vision. All they know, it's a Helium Mobile customer that's going there. And so that's what the mapping does. That's how the mapping, for those who turn it on their phones with Helium Mobile service, that's how they're rewarded also as well for doing it, right? Other carriers pretty much monitor where you go. But it is Helium Mobile that does it, but they pay you for it. Now, some people will be like, no, carriers don't follow where you go. That's hogwash. I'll prove it by talking about a company that doesn't. That's not Helium Mobile. That's Google Fi. And Google Fi does monitor where you go. That's how they know that you're not in the US, obviously. Your phone connects to these cell towers and it pings off these cell towers, and that's how the mapping works out with Helium Mobile. Your device pings off the tower so they know the location that your phone is in. And so they reward you for allowing them to see, that info of where you're going. They reward you for that. It's not to track your day-to-day life. It's not to know, there was literally one person that reached out to me last year, in the middle of last year. I thought it was so funny. I never shared this story, but it was kind of funny because the person was being unfaithful to their partner. And they were like, will Helium Mobile give this info to their partner? Because they don't want their partner knowing where they're going and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, like they don't even know who your partner is. Not like they're gonna call your partner up and say, hey, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. Do you know where your spouse is? They don't do that. They don't do that type of stuff. They don't make waves for their customers. They don't make issues for them. So for the person to feel like that was gonna happen, no. They have zero interest in you as a person. Their interest is knowing if there is the Helium network deployed in an area that you're going to, because that is their interest, is building out a decentralized physical infrastructure based on the outdoor hotspot they sell, the indoor hotspot they sell, and you could even go as far as building your own CBRS radio if you wanted to. And then of course, deploy that and earn off of it. So the fact is that they're believing that there's going to be a free plan where it costs you no money, that you will be mapping 24/7. Now, while that sounds plausible, there's only one thing that throws me off about that, which is what's on this web page where you would type in your email address and join the wait list. And it says up here, free is a magic number. Together, we'll free connectivity. Now, while that's great and everything, that says coming early 2025, the only thing I can't help is this lower part right here. It shows two iPhones, because you can see the dynamic islands right here, and you see how the screens are changing on them. Color goes in and out on these iPhones. Now, I can tell you guys that Helium Mobile does not currently sell iPhones in their market store on their website. I think it's still Google Pixel 7a, Pixel 8, and Pixel 8 Pro are the three devices that they currently carry right now when it comes to devices that they sell, smartphones that they sell. And if you go to the Helium Mobile website, so you go to helloheliummobile.com and you look at their devices, it's pretty interesting. That's all that they've carried for the longest time. They also sell, their we'll take a look at their store here. Let's go to their store real quick. That's the hotspots. Let's see if we can find where the phones are. They used to just have it advertised at the very top. Hang on. It's like hanging. The whole site is hanging, so. Let's see if I can find a store. I'll just. All right, here we go. I found it. Totally found it. Okay, let's see. Anyway, this is only the. That's only the Pixel. The Pixel 8. The site is just so weird. Okay, here we go. Got it. Now I can show you guys what I'm talking about. All right. So on their site, they only show, pick a pixel. All models come with free Helium mobile service. And the keyword there is free. Okay. But you'll find out, like if you go with the Pixel 7a, it includes 4 months free of Helium mobile service and 15% off any hotspot. If you go with the Pixel 8, includes 8 months of free Helium mobile service, 20% off any hotspot you buy along with it. And then the Pixel 8 Pro, which it looks like they have them. Well, no, they're still out of stock. Includes 1 year free Helium mobile service and 25% off any hotspot. So, what I am thinking about this is that Helium is going to launch selling iPhones. So I'm pretty sure it'll be the iPhone 16s. If anything, the iPhone 15, but that's a little going outdated because the 16 released last year, 2024, and the 15's released in 2023. So, but they've been selling Pixels for a while. This is one of the things that I really, liked about Helium Mobile was that they actually went out on Google Pixels. One thing is though is that they haven't updated the Pixels that they support. So they haven't updated and brought in Pixel 9s to sell. However, I feel like if they did, it would be a very similar structure as to what this is. So like I would say like if they had Pixel 9s for sale, then the base 9 would be this right here, where it includes 4 months free. The 9 Pro would be the one that includes 8 months free, and then the 9 Pro XL would be the one that includes 1 year free. So I feel like that's the thing that we're missing here when you look at the bottom at this this waitlist placeholder page, is that it says free is a magic number. And while many think that it's going to be a free plan from Helium, and that some are like, well, it's going to be free because they're going to have you map 24/7. It's something that you won't be able to turn off. Others think it's going to be like how the Amazon phone was, where it was like you had a smartphone from Amazon, and every time you woke the screen, it it had an ad just pop up on your screen that you would have to like X out of in order to fumble through the operating system and do what you were going to do on your smart device. People think they're going to do that, and I doubt that. I highly doubt they're going to do an ad-based phone to make your phone plan free. I don't think it's any of that. I don't even think it's a free plan that you're going to be, signing up for. I think that, Visible will continue to keep their $20 a month service plan because you could just map and earn crypto and make that plan free. So this wouldn't be super exciting. What I think it is like any carrier out there, is that once they have, I guess, they've gotten, the big thumbs up from Apple, where they're no longer on the outside of things. Like Apple natively has APN settings and everything already baked into the operating system. You just have to put your SIM card in, and you don't have to pretty much you don't have to do like what Mobile X was doing. If anyone knows Mobile X and had used Mobile X service like since 2 years ago, you guys remember you guys had to download an iPhone, you had to download a profile in order for your data to connect on iPhones. Now you don't have to on Mobile X. Kind of the same thing, but I think in this case, it's just that they've accumulated enough to basically order iPhones in bulk and are going to start selling iPhones. I think that's what it is. And I think that, the free is the magic number, because if you buy an iPhone from them, then you're going to get some sort of time on Helium Mobile for free, which I think is a good thing. Because there's a lot of people that love iPhones. And so, if you can get an iPhone on Helium Mobile, if you can get so many months of free service just for buying the iPhone from Helium, which I'm going to tell you guys, I don't see it to be locked to Helium. There's not really an incentive on why to do that. I mean, here's the thing. If I go to the Pixels, right? The Pixel 7a, they're selling it for $424. Okay, the 7a is an outdated Pixel kind of already. We're at the Pixel 8a on the dawn of the Pixel 9a, which will more than likely the 9a will launch at the same price, like $499. So this is not too off from it. So people were not going to look at this as, a great price for the Pixel 7a. If anyone buys the Pixel 7a from Helium, it's just to get the 4 months of free service included. Same with the Pixel 8 going for $699. Anyone buys this, it's not because the price is amazing for the Pixel 8, because you can find a Pixel 8 for like $400, maybe $375, but they're gonna buy it at this $699 price because it's 8 months of free service. And the same with the Pixel 8 Pro, $999. There's Pixel 8 Pros that are going on sale for like $600, $550. That's way less than $999. But if anyone got this through Helium, which right now you can't because it's out of stock, but if you did, you would get it because it includes 1 year of free service. So that's a key thing here that I think that correlates with this whole waitlist thing. Free is a magic number. Not that it's a free phone, and not that it's free. It's a free plan, but you're gonna get free service for a length of time just for buying it. And I can see them doing a similar way with the iPhones, right? Like the iPhone 16, you can get like 6 months free. The 16 Plus, you can get 8 months free. The iPhone 16 Pro, you can get a year free, and maybe like with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you can get 2 years free. That would be insane. So my speculations on all of this with Helium Mobile, and it's early 2025, free is a magic number promotion thing that's coming early 2025. I think it's literally the fact that they're going to be selling iPhones, and you can get so many months of service for free on them just for buying an iPhone, and that's why there's probably a wait list. Is because they're not going to have like a ton of iPhones to sell. So maybe putting yourself on the wait list, sharing out the referral code so other people can join the wait list, that moves you up higher in the wait list. I feel like that, say when they're ready to launch this thing here shortly, because it says early 2025, which is, we're in that time. I mean, we're only 3 days into 2025. So, but let's say like this is going to launch February. Maybe the first batch of iPhones they got ready to sell and ship, maybe they have like 10,000. So the first 10,000 people on the waiting list are going to get emailed that, hey, we got iPhones for sale. We're selling iPhones now. And if you buy an iPhone from us, you get so many months of service free. not all 10,000 people are going to buy an iPhone just because they were on the wait list and got sent an email letting them know, hey, this is what we meant by the free is a magic number. Well, maybe half of them, right? Maybe 5,000 people are like, yeah, let me buy the iPhone, right? Because it's not just for new customers. It's not, new customer join only. It's current customers. Current customers can put their email that's related to their Helium mobile account. They can put their email and join the wait list. And so to me, I really think it's hardware based. That's one of the things that Helium Mobile is not primarily focused on, is hardware. They're not focused on selling mobile phones. They're focused on basically getting the Helium network deployed and basically offloading data usage from the carriers. I mean, that is the reason why that they are confident in the fact that even though they recently changed their plans, they changed their plans from being on the 30 gigabytes of high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. That was one of the things that that people were kind of concerned about. They're like, oh, they lowered the amount of high-speed data we get from 30 to 28 gigs. 30 to 28 gigs has been the complaint, but at the 2 gig difference, and Helium's been very confident in making this move and this agreement with T-Mobile, that their users would only use 28 gigabytes of high-speed data, and then they would be slowed down. But they also included an option to buy additional high-speed data. You can buy it at a per gig basis. It's kind of expensive. It's like $7 and some change, I believe. Kind of expensive. But most people are on home Wi-Fi. And if you have the Helium network deployed in your city, then you should have no problem, because while you're on the Helium network, it's fully unlimited. So the 28 gigs does not apply to your usage. That's just because these hotspots are connected to people's home internet. That is the whole, that's the whole point. That's how they create a decentralized network. My dogs are barking. I think somebody came by. Anyways, but that's how it works. So like, if you want to know how the hotspots work, literally, like the outdoor hotspot, you would set it up, on top of your house, making sure it's at an elevated height. That's good, and making sure that they're, because to connect to the outdoor hotspots, you got to be within like 800 feet because it's a line of sight connection. So you could deploy like 3 outdoor hotspots. You can have like one pole antenna on your roof that has like a bracket to hold 3 of those outdoor hotspots, and you can mount them in different directions, so you can create a radius coverage rather than just a single line of sight. But yeah, so those pieces of hardware, those hotspots, you have to plug in an Ethernet line. I forgot what type of line it is, but you have to plug it into it, and that line plugs directly into your home internet router. It doesn't, it doesn't use the same like the same Wi-Fi access, right? So if you have a Wi-Fi channel off your gateway at home, and maybe you named it like Snuffy's 123, people are not going to connect to that connection if it requires a password. It just uses your home internet to deploy a signal. Every Helium mobile customer, when you install the app, when you signed up, one of the things you go through is you have to turn on dynamic coverage. This is where a certificate is installed in your phone. So when you're connected to any of these hotspots, it's like a key. The signal coming from those hotspots, find that certificate on your phone and says, okay, this is a Helium mobile customer. They're allowed to connect, and you connect. Of course, one of the caveats to this and being able to connect to the Helium network is that you have to have Wi-Fi on all the time on your phone. This is how you establish that connection. If Wi-Fi is turned off, you're not connecting to anything. What up, man? What's going on? So you're not connected to anything if you have the Wi-Fi, if you don't have Wi-Fi turned on your device. I did a video that showed people what it would look like if you were connected to the Helium network. With Wi-Fi on, you would see in your Wi-Fi list, you would see Helium Mobile. That would be the name of it, and you would automatically connect. It's like if you're a person that is let's take for example, Cox Internet subscriber, right? You have the their internet service at home. If you didn't know this, but like if you when you're connected, because you connect to your home internet router, when you go out and about, you could actually connect to open public Cox internet, right? So like if like IHOP has it, you'll connect to it. McDonald's has it, you'll connect to it. So because you're already a customer, you purchase a monthly subscription to use internet through Cox, that you can connect to any of the open public Wi-Fi's. Now if it's somebody else's home personal private Wi-Fi, you won't connect to it. You will have to have that person's SSID and password in order to connect to it. But the public ones, businesses that have Cox Internet, you'll be able to connect to their free connection if they have one open for customers to use. If they don't, then you're not connected to anything. But it's kind of the same thing, very similar. If you're in an area where the hotspots for Helium are deployed, then you will obviously be able to connect to it. So yeah, this whole free is a magic number promotion that Helium is doing, I honestly feel like it's centered around purchasing an iPhone. Because I mean, if the iPhone wasn't what up, Radiant? If the iPhone wasn't that important, then why would they put it on their page that's promoting the whole the whole free is the magic number? Like this is what's going on right now. This is what's happening. This is what people in the on Reddit are discussing about this, and they have so many different ideas. They have so many different ways that they think that what the free stands for. But I honestly think it's going to be getting free service just for buying an iPhone, because they don't sell iPhones like I showed you guys earlier. They don't sell any iPhones, just Pixel 7a, 8, and 8 Pro. That's the only devices they're currently selling right now. Yet here they got images of the an iPhone, because you can tell by the dynamic island. So I honestly feel like that's what this whole free thing is. That's what this is all going to be about with Helium, and it's free as a magic number promo that's going on. It's not really a promo. It's having you join the wait list to be eligible to be one of the first customers to being able to buy an iPhone from them. This is why new customers and current customers can sign up by typing in their email address to join the wait list. Once this launches, whenever they plan to launch it, once it launches, you will get an email notifying you of what this whole thing was all about and what the offer is to you as a current customer or to join up. I don't see them making a free plan, because there would be a ton of people, especially, I think like I said, one person on Reddit said it would be a free plan because they would be constantly mapping 24/7. I don't see Helium doing that, because that undercuts their current $20 plan where you can map and make your phone plan for free. I mean, that's totally undercutting that. Why would anyone want to go that route when they can get a free route? Some people are saying that it's a free plan. You have to map. It's gonna give you 5 gigabytes of data only. I don't see anyone being excited to do that. I just don't see that. I don't see any company excited to do that. And I think a lot of these MVNOs and prepaids, they know better. They know that there's not much hype behind a 5 gigabyte plan, and that majority of the users of a 5 gigabyte plan are those people who barely use data on their phone. They're barely connected to to the internet. Maybe they search up the news. Maybe they check emails. Maybe they watch kitten videos on downtime. But they're not consistently on their smartphone all day long. Maybe at home they are with their home Wi-Fi, but no one's really going to get excited for a 5 gigabyte plan. So I rule that plan out. I don't think that is it. I don't think that's what's coming. The free plan where you map 24/7, I don't see that coming. So I rule that idea out, because that just undercuts the $20 plan. And at the end of the day, we can't forget that Helium is a company, and like any business company, they want to make money, and that's their whole purpose, right? Nobody does this type of stuff for free because they just love us as humans so much. I mean, we're a species on this planet that really don't like each other. We find people that we do like, and that's why we call them friends. But like think about it. Like one human that steps outside, not everybody in their city is their friend. There's people that they can mesh well with and hang out with and vibe with, and then there's people that they take one look at and they're like, God, I want to sock this person in the face. So that, I mean, yeah. Yo, they don't love us that much where they're gonna give us just a free phone plan. Because you imagine how much that would take away from other carriers, right? T-Mobile could easily shut that down. Like people kind of forget T-Mobile has the power here when it comes to something like that. If Helium was to offer free service, it would not be on T-Mobile's network. T-Mobile would shut that down fast. And be like, we're not hosting your customers on our network. We're gonna pull your license to access our network. You're not accessing our network anymore because you're giving away free service to people that's not really yours to give away. Because Helium's got to pay T-Mobile. They have to pay them, whether it's an annual basis, a quarterly basis, or a semi-annual basis, right? 3 months, 6 months, or a whole year, whatever the case may be. Helium has got to pay T-Mobile because that's what they're doing. They're licensing access to T-Mobile's network. This is why Helium is so interested in getting a decentralized physical infrastructure built, getting that up and running, people deploying the indoor and outdoor hotspots. This is why I've been following, there's a guy on X that I'm following. His name is Pepe Ortiz. He's constantly uploading videos to X, and I know he has a YouTube channel, and he's constantly uploading videos of him building out, installing the outdoor hotspots throughout Mexico, because Mexico is an area that Helium wants the network deployed at, right? This is why my backdrop on this live stream is, you can see the United States on the left side, you can see Europe on the right. And the green lit up, those are areas where people are deploying the Helium network. At least, it's an idea of that. If you really want to know like where these hotspots are, obviously there are apps that you can use that can pretty much, you can figure out where these pieces of hardware are mounted and deployed and currently active. When I go to downtown Phoenix, Arizona, I can connect. There are several hotspots there that are active right now. I would say if anyone that does live in my city knows. So right where the Dunkin' Donuts is at, I forgot the street name, but in that area there's a Paradise Hawaiian Barbecue, there's a taco, kind of Mexican birria restaurant there, then there's Dunkin' Donuts, and the light rail runs right by there. But in that area there's a hotspot that's active. I've connected to it there. There's I think 4 or 5 hotspots around Taylor Place, which is near the ASU dorms, but those hotspots are not active. They're there. I found one of them where it was deployed, but they're not active. And I don't know if maybe an ASU college student deployed one there, and then they graduated college, they left it there, forgetting that they had it mounted, because it's at the dorms. It's at the ASU dorms in downtown Phoenix, and it's by the back area where that little park is at, near the theater. If you look up, you can see it. They're out for the indoor and outdoor hotspots. They're over Wi-Fi only at this time. So no, which I know is weird because you have people building these CBRS antennas for Helium. I think one of the companies that sells sells the parts you would need to build out your own antenna. I forget the name of them. I think they're called Freedom Buy or something like that. But you could use third-party hardware. You don't have to use the ones that's sold by Helium. Yeah, I'm gonna be this year. I'm gonna be investing. As a matter of fact, I've been talking to my wife about it, and I'm gonna start me a small business with these Helium hotspots. What I intend to do is actually talk to various different businesses, like in Scottsdale, Mesa, Tempe. And so what my plan to do is, my plan is, and what I'm going to do, and I'll share it with you guys because, it's no biggie to share it with y'all. But what I intend to do going forward is some of these small mom and pop stores that I'm going to be meeting up with and talking to them is, and I'm going to offer to pay for their internet. I'm gonna offer to pay for their internet because like right now, what the data I'm collecting is I'm seeing where there's a lot of foot traffic for Helium mobile customers in Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale, Chandler, Peoria, Anthem, like all the outskirts around Phoenix. I'm going to look at the data and see where there's a lot of foot traffic, and where there's a lot of foot traffic, and if there's a mom and pop shop nearby, I am actually going to ask them if I can install an outdoor hotspot and an indoor hotspot and offer to pay their Wi-Fi bill monthly for them. And the reason why is because if there's a lot of foot traffic there and those hotspots that I deploy can get a good amount of earnings done, I can take all those earnings, I can transfer it into my wallet, I can convert it, I can use it, get cash. Say that the shop's internet is like they're using Cox Unlimited and maybe they're paying like $100 a month. If from their store, from their location, I earn, $300 a month just from that location, that's $200 I profit, $100 I pay for the internet bill. I've kept my promise for them allowing me to use their internet, their Wi-Fi, for my hotspots to deploy a signal to build out the Helium network. So that's my business plan. So I'm going to go to places where I know that there's a lot of foot traffic. I see a lot of Helium customers are crossing through those areas. And then I'm going to talk to the shop owners and pitch the proposal like, hey, I'll pay your Wi-Fi bill if you allow me to mount these in your store. And I'm going to explain to them what those things do. I'm going to tell them about Helium Mobile and, it's a decentralized physical infrastructure that's being built up for people to have, offload data usage off carriers. I'm going to spit them the whole shebang. Nothing's going to be hidden from them. I know, like, a friend of mine was like, why would you tell them the whole ins and outs of it? What if they tell you no, but then they go and they look at it for themselves and then, get a hotspot and sign up with Helium and then deploy it themselves? And I said, well, if they deploy them themselves, it still builds out the network for Helium customers to connect to. I may lose a ground that I could potentially make money off of, but 9 times out of 10, not every store that I talk to that's in those areas is going to tell me no. Because some of them, again, there's that thing, and that's what up, Brian. There's that thing that people, kind of don't understand that happens with Helium Mobile, but it is a thing that does happen. Is that the intimidation factor? Helium Mobile can be intimidating because it deals with crypto, and some people don't know much about crypto. I was one of them. I'm speaking from personal experience. I was one of them. That was one of the things that I was so nervous about when I signed up with Helium, is because I don't know everything. Like, and I don't want to be a fool and lose out on good opportunities or anything like that. So it's the reason why that, all of last year I've been reading a lot up about, the crypto market and how all this stuff works. And then that's why I the live stream I did earlier this week, I said that I was starting my journey into crypto, and I was going to share that. That's one new addition to the channel that I'm going to be doing from time to time. I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I've learned, how to do things outside of the realm of Helium, not just Helium based, but outside of it. Trades and transfers and all those types of things. I am going to learn the business. I'm going to learn how crypto fully works, and I'm going to share what I've learned. Me being an old guy in my 40s, learning this stuff that I'm sure young kids get very easily, because this is their technology. This is what they know of, right? This is easy for them to understand and gravitate towards. For older people, it's just like, all we know is that it's digital currency, but we don't know how crypto is made. Like when you hear terminologies like, oh yeah, they're mining crypto, and I'm thinking to myself, like, there's somebody out in the mountains that's literally carving up the mountain and finding some sort of material that's considered valuable. No, it's equations. It's equations. That's how you mine crypto. But yeah, how much can you save on your Helium mobile bill with coverage mapping? Everything. Because I forgot to map in the month of December. Like, I had transferred devices, I had switched devices, and I forgot to turn mapping on, so I missed out on a good chunk of December. But on a normal month, I earned more than $20. So I would say, like, from the first of the month to around the 15th or 16th of mapping every day, I have earned enough at that point to prepay my next month's bill. And then the remainder of the month is a build up to build for the following month. So out of my entire time that I've been with Helium Mobile, which is coming up on my year anniversary in February, out of the entire time, I've only paid a bill with Helium twice. Every other month has been free. This is why I've been pitching out. Like I've been, I know some people are skeptical. They're not going to believe especially someone like me right away. But that's why I pitched out the video, how to have free phone service with Helium. And I've been giving out my promo code for people to use it to sign up because it gets them their first month for free. So it kind of gives them a leg up. Instead of them paying for their first month and then mapping every month and paying their phone bill off their earnings. With my code, you get the first month free. You start off free. You turn on mapping, you map, you collect, you earn. By the end of your first month, you should already have mapped enough to pay your your second month's bill, and then you just, hop on every month. No, so I have dual SIM on my Nothing Phone 1. I have 2 physical SIMs in here. One is the Helium Mobile SIM. The other one is Google Fi. And it's actually the Google Fi data only SIM card. And it's currently pulling data off Google Fi. So that's where my data is coming from. My calls and texts are coming from Houston because everyone has that number. But no, you could even say like you get the Helium service, and say you have like 2 iPhones. One of them you put the service in, but maybe you don't want to take that iPhone with you, and your other iPhone maybe has like Mobile X service. As long as you have the Helium Mobile the app downloaded onto the other iPhone that is not Helium service, and you're logged in, and you've turned on mapping in the app on that phone, it will map. It doesn't have to be on the T-Mobile network or on the Helium network. I've mapped using Mobile X. I've mapped using Metro by T-Mobile. I've mapped using Boost Mobile. I mean, not Helium Cellular, but the other stuff. What do you mean other stuff? What are you talking about? Ted, did I miss a comment of yours? No? Be in more detail. What do you mean, Ted? But yeah, so if you have dual SIM on your device and you're primarily using, say, Verizon, as long as the Helium mobile app is installed on the device that is dual SIM and you have mapping turned on in that app, it will actively map. Because like I said, they're not looking to see they're not looking through basically your data connection to map and see where they need to incentivize areas for people to deploy the Helium network. They just want to know where the customers go. So as long as that app is on your phone, as long as mapping is turned on, it lets them see anonymously a Helium customer. They don't see you by your phone number. They don't see you by your account. They just see it's an active Helium app that has mapping turned on, and it shows them where that little dot goes, and how many people that have dots that are considered to be Helium customers, where they're congregating. And then they can see, has anyone deployed an outdoor hotspot or an indoor hotspot in that area? And if nobody has, but say somebody is interested and lives in that area and wants to buy the hotspot, then their incentives for daily earnings on that hotspot are going to be a lot higher than other places that have been set up and deployed for a while. Helium sells these boxes, right? Yeah, they do. They sure do. And that's the thing too. Like most people start off with the regular phone service, and they start mapping to earn crypto, because you can use that crypto to buy the hotspots from Helium. So not only can you use your crypto to prepay your bill. Let's see. There it goes. Not only can you use your crypto to prepay your bill, but if you don't prepay your bill and you just save it up in your wallet, once you have enough, you can use the tokens to buy the hotspots, whether the outdoor or indoor. So either one of these, you can use your crypto to buy them. I mean, if you buy them cash-wise, it's $250 for the indoor and $499 for the outdoor. So equivalents. You don't even have to use the earn crypto from Helium. You can use Ethereum, you can use Bitcoin, you can use dark coins. Doge. You could use whatever crypto you want to buy these. They accept all cryptos. Yeah, the crypto. Yeah, these things mine the crypto. So when you have these set up and deployed, while you are earning incentives because you're allowing people to connect to it, it is also mining the Helium tokens. I know that Helium is switching back to HNT, or Helium network tokens. They were reliant on their sub crypto, which was mobile, and the other one was IoT. But now they're currently going back to just the Helium network tokens, or HNT. Speaking of which, before I go any further, let's see. Oh, look at that drop. Oh man, it was sitting at where on the second, it was sitting at $6.46, just about. And then it dropped. We're slowly climbing back up, $6.21. That's where it's currently sitting at right now. $6.21 is the value of HNT right now. It's currently sitting in 99th place. I'm always checking on here on CoinMarketCap to see where what the value of HNT is currently sitting at. So, anyways, let's turn that off. Yeah, so like I said, the whole free thing that Helium is doing, I honestly feel like that it has to do with some sort of iPhone launch. They're gonna start selling iPhones through their store alongside Google Pixels. Well, I can't say alongside Google Pixels because they haven't gotten any of the newer Pixels to sell. It's still selling the 7a, the Pixel 8, and the Pixel 8 Pro. I think that's what the whole free, free is everything promo thing is, that if you buy an iPhone from them, once they have them available to sell, you buy an iPhone from them, you're going to get so many months of service for free. On a side note, Boost Mobile continues to have issues. This story I'm very familiar with because this happens to a lot of Boost Mobile customers. So sad. But the person puts, "Goodbye cruel Boost Mobile /Infinite." They say, "After 11 months of not being able to use my own phone number and having to use Google Voice instead, I am done with Boost. Contacted support 22 times in these 11 months and no fix in sight. Their Galaxy upgrade plans seemed too good to be true, and it seems it was. I'd rather pay off the phone in its entirety and move to a different carrier than having to wait, days for some text to come through, have choppy audio even on Wi-Fi calling, and to have calls and texts through Google Voice. Severely disappointed. I'll lose my number that I've had for 14 years, but I don't even care at this point. I just want a usable phone outside of using a third-party service to make it usable. I'm not usually one to post, goodbye post, but I hope that someone on the fence of getting Boost Mobile reads this and reconsiders." I can't tell you guys how I've heard so many stories about this, and it's an issue that has been happening even in the days of Boost Infinite, and even when Boost Infinite was in beta. They've always had an issue with customers porting their numbers over. It's like they submit the port request to the old carrier, which has the name of the customer, the current address, the address of the customer that matches what they have on their old carrier's account, the account number to the old carrier, the transfer PIN number the old carrier provided, and the billing zip code that the old carrier has on file. We have to put that in when we submit a request to take a number from them over to Boost Mobile. And then they get the request. They have to validate everything matches up that we've submitted to them as far as records. And if it matches up, then they okay to release the number to be taken over to Boost Mobile. One of the problems with porting out to Boost Mobile is that for some reason, when numbers are taken from old carriers to Boost Mobile, they get lost in limbo. There are two things that happen that has happened quite a bit when I worked with Boost Mobile or Boost Infinite when they were known as Boost Infinite. There are two things that happens when it comes to these porting problems. One is called a ghost port, where the request is sent, the request is accepted by the old carrier. The number is supposed to have gone, but the number never left the old carrier. And that's a simple fix. You contact the National Porting Center or NPC, you contact them, you let them know of the situation, you give them all the information that regards the porting. They tell you if it's a ghost port, it means the number is still with the previous carrier. They just have to contact the previous carrier. They got to talk with their porting team. Boost porting team got to talk with them too. So it's a three-way dance to get it solved and get the number transferred over. That could take 48 hours to get completed, but you know, I say it's simple because the other thing that happens is far worse, and I'm pretty sure that's what this person is going through. And that is that the phone number is stuck in limbo. It actually, when the old carrier approved to allow the transfer of the number from them to Boost Mobile, on the transfer way, it's stuck in limbo. So Boost didn't receive the new number to apply to the customer's new line of service with them. And the old carrier no longer has it because when they pull it up in their database, the number is no longer connected to them. It doesn't say old, whatever old carrier name is. And then there's no way of getting it because the NPC can't, it's not that they can stick their hands and just nudge it to move forward. It's lost in limbo. And I think that's what happened to this person. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people are talking about that. What I think it is, this is me, right? So I know this is one of the things I talked about this earlier. What I think it is, honestly, is, and the only reason I believe this is because when you look at the page in itself, iPhones. I don't know about it being a free plan with 5 gigs of data. That would be cool though, because then there would be people that would have like 1,000 talk and text, 5 gigs of data. I don't seem too bad. Of course, it's very low, and yeah. Of course, if they have mapping turned on, I don't think that they're going to be earning anything because their plan is already free. But I think this centralizes around the iPhone, right? Because Helium's currently the last phones that they've been selling has been the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro and the Pixel 7a. They haven't really added anything else to their shop for them to sell, right? And with the Pixel 7a, the Pixel 8, the Pixel 8 Pro, if you buy one of those devices, you get so many months of free service, right? 7a gave you 4 months. The Pixel 8 gave you, I think, 6 or 8 months free, and then the 8 Pro gave you a year free. And I think it's something similar that's going to happen because, I mean, look, they got the iPhone on this page. They don't sell iPhones, so unless they're about to sell iPhones, why even position it? Free is the magic number to me. I think has to do with the fact that they're going to launch the sales of iPhones, and if you get them, there's going to be so many months of service that you get free from them, right? You get an iPhone 16, maybe it's 6 months. An iPhone 16 Pro, maybe it's a year. iPhone 16 Pro Max, maybe 2 years of service free. I don't know, right? Because they're going to be selling them at full price. They're not going to be doing any subsidized discounts when they sell phones. They never did subsidized discounts on the Pixels when they sold them. Even right now, the Pixel 8 sold through Helium Mobile, which is available to buy, is $699 for the base model. Pixel 7a is being sold from them for $424. They're out of stock for the Pixel 8 Pro, but if they had it, you can get the Pixel 8 Pro for $999 and a year service. So that's what I think it is. I honestly feel like it's going to be free service that correlates with you buying a new iPhone through them. But that's just me. We'll have to find out when they once they launch this thing. We'll have to find out. That'll be very interesting to see exactly like what it's going to be. And if it is a free plan that gives you minimum amount of usage, I mean, you can't go wrong there to that degree. That's kind of like Google Fiber, which is one of the reasons why I don't like the city I live in, because they all voted not to let Google Fiber build out here. Google Fiber, which is Google's internet. Hopefully I don't launched the smart assistant. But it was giving a gigabit per second speed. So like the base tier was like 1 gigabit per second by 1 gigabit per second speeds, and then the premium tier on fiber was, I think it's 2 gigabits per second by 2 gigabits per second. So that's fast Wi-Fi speeds, right? Obviously because of fiber build out. And then they have a free plan, and the free plan is very, very minimal on Google Fiber. I think it's like 7 megabits per second on the download, and I think it's or it's 10 megabits per second or 15 megabits per second on the download, or 50, I forgot. It was a higher download rate, but I know it was low numbers compared to what the actual paid version was. Your messages keep getting blocked. What do you mean? But anyways, yeah, so you could actually have like free internet at home, and it's good enough internet to check your email. It's good enough internet, to search up on Google, things. Maybe you got like a book report due. They advertise it as something for for kids to have internet access for free. They know that's some families can't afford, the blazing fast speeds. On the live chat, I can see your messages here. It is popping up, but I did not block you at all. You're not blocked, so you should be able to post. But yeah, fiber was doing something like that. So I think to me that kind of sounds similar to what No Tech is talking about. Getting 5 gigs of data, 1,000 talking text minutes. I mean, that's if that's what it really is. Oh man, would I move my kids over? Because I don't want my kids on their phone all the time. So that would obviously have them limit their usage, right? Unless they're at home and they're on home Wi-Fi. But when we're out and about, they don't need to be using a lot of data. So 5 gigs and 1,000 talk and 1,000 texts, or 1,000 talk or texts, depending on what it is. My kids rarely make phone calls and they rarely text me. Everything is on Discord. They want to message me on Discord. Now that I'm only using X as a social platform for me to be on, since X, formerly known as Twitter, does have video calling and audio calling in the DM section. You can video call somebody on X. Now they call me and message me on that. Is it still not letting you chat some of the time? But honestly, I think it has to do with, selling iPhones. Because that is a great amount of money that they're going to be making here once they launch that. They have iPhones for sale. They know how popular iPhones are, obviously, Eventually, Helium will have, Galaxies, iPhones, Motos, Pixels. They'll have them all for sale, and people will be able to buy phones from them directly. I know that's an end game thing that they want done too as well. And maybe with these phones, it'll make it easier for them. You wouldn't need to install dynamic coverage certificates because it will always, with iPhones, I think they will already be pre-installed. So you really don't need to, from the app, have to install the certificates and have to go through all. Sometimes installing the certificates for dynamic coverage fails. So you would have to delete the app, re-download the app, sign back in, and go through the certificate installation. I think with iPhones, Apple can have those certificates pre-baked into it already. They already have the APNs loaded in iPhone. So all you gotta do is just pop your SIM in there. You really don't have to mess with the APNs when switching services on iPhones. And I think that's what they're gonna do. That's probably one of the advantages of them selling iPhones is there's nothing else you need to do. You just install the Helium app if you're a current customer and sign in. And the app will probably be updated with the option to notify the system that you are signing in on an iPhone. or yeah, but like, and then you'll connect to the Helium network. You won't have to worry about it. Others are saying that there's going to be a point where you'll connect to the Helium network with the SIM, so you won't need to keep Wi-Fi on all the time because your SIM will automatically connect to it. If that's the case, that's pretty cool, and I think that that's much needed because some people they want to save battery on their phones, so they don't want to keep Wi-Fi on all the time, because then if you have Wi-Fi on and you don't turn it off, it's going to eat your battery because it's constantly scanning for a Wi-Fi signal, and it's constantly doing that, so that drains the battery, obviously. It takes power, it takes energy in order for it to find a signal as well as maintaining a signal. This is why when people are like, they're on Boost Infinite, they have like 1 or 2 bars of signal and their phone is like, dying fast. Well, it's because your phone is drawing more power from the battery to try to keep that connection to that tower it's connected to. If you are in an area where you have, full bars of service, you'll notice your battery doesn't deplete as fast as if you're in an area with only 1 bar of service. These smartphones are smart enough to know that if the signal is weak, they're going to pull more power from the battery to try and compensate and keep that connection. That's what eats batteries. Wi-Fi will do the same thing because it's constantly scanning for signals. Because of the incorrect usage problem. Oh, are you talking about on Reddit? Or on X? Because I know you responded to Sneed on X when Sneed posted that he got that text from Boost Mobile talking about that he used 847. That was absolutely insane. That's been going on for a long time though, and I seen on Reddit that people have posted, or in other Reddit or other subreddits or whatever, people have posted that they got banned from the Boost Infinite or Boost Mobile Reddit page because they typed out a complaint. It's crazy. Reddit. This is like why Sneed doesn't go on Reddit. From what he's told me, and it's no secret, but like the toxicity sometimes is just not worth being there, and not stressing yourself out over. There are people on Reddit that can be very toxic. I know that on the Helium Mobile Reddit page, it says in the rules that you can't post your referral codes, right? So I've never posted my referral code and letting people get a month free for signing up, but I see a lot of people in there that are like frequent posters, and like they'll write out a post in the Reddit page for Helium Mobile, and at the very end it'll say use my referral link and get a $10 credit, because that's the basic referral that any customer can give. Like, you could share your referral code out on social media, and if a person uses it, they'll get a $10 credit, and you'll get a $10 credit. Mine gives 1 month free. So I tested it out. I used another Reddit account that I had. I posted a comment in Helium Mobile. I posted my referral code to get 1 month free, and then I was banned from posting in the Reddit thread. And I was like, wow, Plus, too, if you didn't know, Helium Mobile is now pretty active on Threads, or at least that they have a Threads account, and that they're going to be active on it. So, if you're on Threads by Instagram, you can communicate with Helium Mobile through them, like on that social platform. I'm so active on Threads. I go in there and look to see what people are posting. Like the other sites like Instagram and Facebook, I'm not active on them, and I won't be. Mostly active on X. Trying to keep it simple to just like down to like one social platform to just like, read microblogs and respond and type my own microblog and see who responds to that, and whatever the case may be. Maybe go live on X from time to time. I'll start doing that. And of course, people can DM me on there if if they're following me. But anyways, I'm kind of losing my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast for right now. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see. but it's in the chat if you guys want to join the wait list to see what's going on with Helium as far as free as the magic number promo. So that is in the chat. There's a link. You guys can go to it. If you guys want to try out Helium mobile phone service now while you're waiting on that wait list for whatever's coming down the road, and you want to try it out for free, you can download the app. There's the link to the Play Store, or if you have iOS, just download it in the App Store for iOS. But the promo code is my first name, all capitals. So when you're checking out, when you've applied, your payment method, and it's, you're getting ready to sign up, just below you hit proceed to checkout, you'll see a little box that says apply promo. Type in my code. That will get you guys your first month for free. Of course, people have been abusing it. So let me update people real quick. People have been abusing it. So now, of course, there is an identity verification process step you got to go through to identify that you're a real person and that you are who you are, and that your payment method is, in fact, connected to you. And also to see if you've used the promo code before. Because there have been people who have been using the promo code. They have been closing accounts. They've been opening new accounts using the promo code and getting a month free. And you really don't need to do that. You can just use my promo code to get your first month for free, and then turn on mapping and then just prepay your bill. You could pay it month by month, or if you accumulate enough crypto, or you've already invested in crypto and have more than enough, valued at $200 US cash, you could actually pay a year in advance. You could prepay 12 months in advance, up to. There's no reason to game the system. Of course, people don't want to pay out of their crypto wallets or their physical wallets. But I'm just saying, don't game the system, because that ruins it for everybody else. We never had this problem. Last year, around February, when you signed up using a promo code, you didn't have this problem at all whatsoever. You didn't have an identity verification check. But of course, there's also laws put in place that, with companies that deal with crypto, there are certain laws they have to abide by. And I do know the identity verification is one of them. They have to do it. So, and why wouldn't you? This deals in crypto, and crypto is money. It's money. Some people may not, they may not recognize the validity of crypto as it being monetary value, like a dollar bill, but in fact it is. So yes, you want to keep this stuff protected. This is why, like, when people ask me, should I do the two-factor authentication, with Helium Mobile, should I do that? And I will tell them, like, yeah. It kept failing every time you signed up for Helium. Let me know, or are we still talking about Boost? Oh, the age verification? Yeah. There are people who have reported that. I have sent out feedback to Helium, letting them know about that. That some people are trying to sign up and they can't because the ID verification, it fails them. They'll put in all their correct information, and what ends up happening, and you know what? Customer service on Helium can actually help get that fixed for you guys. What the number one problem is that's going on with that ID verification and it failing, it has to do with the zip code. That for some reason, their system check that they use for the ID verification puts you at a different zip code than what you're posting, or it doesn't, like, your payment method zip code doesn't match your zip code. And so if those two things don't match, it'll fail. If you want to, get signed up with them, if it gives you a fail again, you could reach out to their customer service. I know it sucks because it's only chat, but they're very good at responding, and you don't lose your conversation, so you don't have to stay in chat and chat with them to get it done. You can start the chat ticket, get it going. They'll reply. You reply to them, and then you could go about your day doing what you want to do. When they reply back to you, you'll get a notification, like it's a text message. It'll just pop up on your phone or on your smartwatch or whatever you have for notifications. And then you can open up the app and go into the thread with the rep and then see what the response was. But yeah, that's usually the issue of what happened. I've seen many people talk about it, and that was the issue that happened to them, was that the zip codes didn't match, and that's what made it fail. So if you want to give it a try, you want to give it a shot, give it a try again, go for it. Other people that want to give it a try, you know, if you want it as a main phone service, cheaper phone service, free phone service, or if you want it as a backup burner line, or maybe you want to run dual SIM and you have your primary, say you're on Visible, which is Verizon, but some areas you go to T-Mobile's better, so you want Helium as a backup, you know, line just to switch you for data. Yeah, get signed up, and it's free on me for the first month. So I appreciate everyone that came to hang out with me and chat, talk story, and everything like that. We'll see what this free is a magic number promo is. I'm really sure it has to do with buying an iPhone and getting so many months of service for free. But if I'm wrong and it is a free plan that's, you know, minimum, you know, 1,000 talking text, 5 gigs of data, well then, hey, that's also good for those who are low users, or even a phone line for a child. You know, they don't use a lot, so you can have things like Life 360 active on a phone that they carry with them, and that's what I do with my kids. That's how I know where my kids are. I use Life 360. I use Life 360, and then I use a Google Find My device to know where they are. But that's for another video. And also stay tuned for the review of the IDW19 smartwatch that was sent out to me. I am currently using it right now. It's paired with my Moto G stylus. I gotta say, you know, for a for a budget smartwatch already, I'm kind of impressed by it. There's still a few things I need to test out and check out. And of course, I'm going to compare it to my other smartwatches, and then also see if the fitness tracking and the sleep tracking is, you know, if they're similar to each other, then that's good. If I'm getting way different readings, then that's not good. But I mean, that video, the review video, will be coming next week. I'll be dropping little YouTube shorts here and there about the watch, but so far, you know, it's nice. It feels comfortable on my wrist. I don't like the bands though. These bands, I mean, God, I don't like them. But the watch in itself is pretty decent. I have other bands that I'm gonna grab right now here in a little bit, and I'm probably gonna switch the bands out and put a more comfortable band on. But yeah, once I'm done with this review, I'm gonna give it to my son because he really likes it, and you know, you could do phone calls from it, so he wants to be able to do phone calls from his watch rather than his phone, and keep his phone in his backpack when he goes to school. So anyways, yeah, review coming next week on that, so stay tuned for that. I already uploaded the unboxing video this morning. If you guys didn't check it out, go check it out. But all right, I'm gabbing on like a monkey in a tree. I'm out of here. Law. Y'all be good and be safe out there. Oh, don't forget to smash the like button because it does really help me out. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe to Radiant Switch B-Tech reviews, and yeah, let's get their numbers up.